Alrighty, we're out here on the beach, and way off yonder is the Skyship Services Blimp. So it looks like they decided to just continue straight up the coast here and not do any circling over our area, which is interesting. I wonder if they were told not to do so after I made an email complaint on their company's website after they flew over my house this morning. I went on the Sky Services Incorporated webpage on their contact page and identified myself and told them we didn't like them making low altitude, dangerous, potentially hazardous passes over our neighborhoods. See, now they seem to be altering course, which is interesting. See them way over there. Maybe not. It's kind of interesting. So yeah, they're kind of circling around out there. I'm actually trying to finish my cigarette before I go on the beach. That's why I'm standing here, because I don't like to smoke on the beach where it's prohibited and bothers the people coming up and down the bike path. By the way, it's a beautiful day out here in Long Beach. You can see Catalina out there, silhouetted. The rain seems to have cleared everything out rather nicely. All right, my cigarette is out. So here we are, following the antics of the Skyship Services Incorporated Blimp, which seems to have meandered all the way here from what I can gather, at least Texas or somewhere, according to their flight records. So they're tooling around out here. Now I wonder who they're trying to attract the attention of over there in the port. I'm sure of it. I'm sure they're a little distracted right now. So it's all very interesting. So I figured since we were out here, I would show folks the skyline. Everyone out there, it's actually quite spectacular despite all the cloud cover. So here we go. All right, so here we have beautiful Long Beach tonight, this afternoon. And our port area's over there. The folks enjoying themselves. And way off yonder, we have our Blimp. So, I thought while we were out here, I'd bring up a subject I've been floating of taking our airport over there in the middle of the city and moving it offshore out here in a kind of southeasterly direction. I have looked at the sea charts, the surveys, and it turns out it's partially exposed bedrock. So you basically have bedrock with sand on it, not a whole lot of vegetation. I'm not entirely sure how far that shelf goes, but according to my brief survey of the existing charts that I got from Captain Need, it looks feasible to transfer the airport offshore and this whole section of the port with some train, railway, or perhaps tunnel systems linking it. We could expand the whole city into this whole area. Oh, there's our boat again, coming back in this direction. Yeah, so we could build a permanent track for the Long Beach Grand Prix out there and all kinds of beautiful mixed development. We could relieve the people in the middle of the city of the pressures of the airport. We could expand the airport. We could truly have an international airport. And then maybe build an actual stadium over there by the airport near 3 freeways, which would be really convenient for people trying to come to different events. Yeah, so I think that we should partner up with the folks in Hong Kong and in Japan that built their offshore airports and see if we couldn't do something here. Perhaps take the LA River outlet here and redirect it out the Middle Harbor channel, which would then send the flow out of Angels Gate over there and directly out into the sea, and hopefully really greatly improve the water quality here. All right, so we have the Blimp coming inbound on what is usually a track towards the airport as they head off in this direction, with the airport basically right over that vicinity, 4 or 5 miles, whatever it is. Yeah, so we take the airport, we transfer it offshore with a significant amount of the port activity. We can basically take our beautiful skyline over here and develop it all the way out there in a beautiful, balanced way. Improve our water quality. And then I think we should alter our breakwater, as has been mentioned many, many times. Taking down the breakwater isn't exactly practical, but I think what we could do is alter it. Take some of the breakwater material over here and transfer it over here, and I think create an arcing breakwater that begins at the end of the jetty here and comes out in a quarter circle in sort of like dashes with little gaps in the middle, and ends just offshore of the former junior lifeguard headquarters, which you can see kind of sorta was in the vicinity of that green lifeguard tower way down there. So you create an arc just off the beach that circles over just to the end of the jetty there, that would protect the peninsula homeowners and their properties from the never-ending erosion. And we could actually build the beach back out, and I would hope turn that area into a marine sanctuary where you can't have boats, but you can go in there and paddle, and the wildlife might actually find it quite comforting to have a place to basically have a healthy and happy lifestyle. We could have seals and all kinds of stuff hanging out there, and I think we should call it the Bruce Jones Memorial Marine Sanctuary. So these are my thoughts as we're out here. Oh, there's the Blimp. So there is our Marty Supreme Blimp, and it does indeed look like it's inbound to the airport. I'm not going to speculate on it making more donuts over my house, because who knows, but I just never know, folks. This stuff happens, and I just record it, and I kind of just call it all coincidence, I'm sure. But, you know, it seems the more I record this stuff, the less weird it seems, because you have these consistent patterns, and it's the patterns that make things look intentional, as any investigator would tell you. Who has the means and the motives and the desire to use something like this for nefarious purposes? Oh, who owns the other Blimp fleet? And who are they hooked up with? Where are they located? What kind of policies and other things are they influencing? So back to the subject of beautifying our city. Imagine we take all of this necessary industrial blight and we move it offshore in a practical way that's harmonious with the environment.